So,
Yeah, where's everybody?
you already know what the word is. What is the word?
Legacy.
All right, man. Y'all should be pretty good at understanding that at this point. Once again, I'm fortunate to have guys, who've been the foundation of this program, come back and speak to y'all guys and share their experiences with y'all. And the hope and goal is to bridge the gap between then and now, so you guys understand how deep and rich this Hermitage tradition is. All right. So a lot of guys that came through here when y'all were not even in your mother's womb yet, sweating on that field, well, the field before the church, but still that area out there and putting their work in. All right, that pride goes deep. And everybody's perspective that comes through it sheds light on Hermitage. All right, and every aspect is so important. That's why I say I'm blessed and fortunate to have guys come back. The guy today that's coming to speak to y'all, all right, Blaine Teets. So I give one shot for Blaine Teets. All right, this guy, I can say a lot about this guy. A hell of a personality, a hell of a talent as well on the field. And I'm just let him say the rest. But he played quarterback here. All right, he's a special guy on the field. And as y'all know, some of y'all, if I took y'all out of here and put y'all in another school, you might end up being a superstar, right? But you will lose that developmental aspect. You may lose that team camaraderie. You may lose that level of competition edge, right? And no guy knows that more than this guy right here. Probably one of the best quarterbacks that I got a chance to play with in high school. Outside of PD, definitely the best quarterback, for sure.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
But anyway, without further ado, man, let's clap it off.
Congratulations on your season so far. I'm stoked for y'all, man. I put in the time and the effort. It's finally paying off. It feels good, right? So, yeah, man. Yeah, I'm Blaine Teets, graduated class of 2003. I had the pleasure of playing with your coach, Tim. I was a junior and he was a graduating senior. Times are different, man. I mean, I think you all know that. You have to obviously live that experience, but I think the cool thing is when we were growing up, you had Laurel. Is Laurel still a thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so like I played at Laurel, right? And I was in pads 6 years old. Laurel, you had Virginia Randolph, and then they had Glen Allen, and then Glen Lee, and all that. And so it's kind of like a melting pot, right? And so over the time, developed these bonds and friendships with these people, and then everything starts to come together. Everything starts to come together, then you find your way in middle school. We knew at a very early age, as we started developing our relationship and started playing together, we were like, we have something special here. I was like, we got guys like Blaine Brown, Montel Hines, Joe Jean-Pierre. Didn't have a chance to play with the coach in the Little League, but I was like, man, Daryl Jones. I mean, it was just, I could keep going on. But we knew at a very early age that, like, we have something, we need to stick together and, try to make something of it. So we came into Hermitage, and Coach Jarvis was our coach at the time, and then Coach Rollo, who's now your AD, he was our JV coach. We did well. We started to really change the attitude of Hermitage football for ourselves, and put in that hard work that we had built over the years, in middle school, and going to camps. Camps weren't really a thing like way back, and then people started opening up these different high schools, started doing camps, and we would all take part in that and whatnot. But it was really cool. So we started to see that we had some success. Sophomore year, we dress out Fontel and Blaine and stuff like a lot of bigger guys and whatnot. And then junior year was like really, really like the turning point. And Anthony Dabney, he was our QB1, super nice guy, man. Look up to him so much. I kind of like, he kind of had my back, you know, like I wasn't the biggest guy, you know, but I mean, his quarterback was all I knew. So he was a good mentor for me in high school. He always looked after me and whatnot. Tim the same way, man. Everybody, and I guess my point is like everyone was like brotherhood, and you're at a very, very special, you're at a very special point in your life right now where you'll never have this experience again. Football is very special, and so hats off to you guys for, you know, putting in the time, because there's a reason why there's only like 40 or 50 of you in here or on your team. It's because a lot of people don't want to put in the time, man. It's a commitment. And now these days, I hear it's like year round. You know, I mean, it wasn't like that. There was rules and regulations. Like we couldn't practice all season. So all we knew was the weight room. And that was our time to get bigger, faster, stronger. And then come around in summer and whatnot, do your summer camps and stuff like that, and then put in the time on the schemes and whatnot. So hats off to you guys for really like putting in the time and effort and sticking with it. Where I'm at today, I actually work up the street. I'm a consultant for an insurance agency that my father and 2 other gentlemen run, a side business. So that's where I'm at today. Just want to share a little bit. So where you're at right now, I am so blessed. Like I couldn't think of a better time right now to come and have the opportunity to speak to you all. And because like we're on the latter part of the season, you're sitting at 6-2, right? Third in the region, and playoffs are right around the corner. One of the things I was talking to Terrell about was like, I think it was actually a blessing to you guys to drop an L early. I think it was good for you. You've had that little taste of losing. You don't want to go back there. When we were coming up, man, I think our junior year, we were 8-2. We were 8-2, and we had a squad. And that was a really good year. Your coach, man, that guy. There's a lot of physical players that I've played with, but I will tell you right now that Tim Jean-Pierre was probably the most physical football player I've ever played with. I promise you. He was a running back, and I would just be blown away at this guy. I mean, this guy was like cut up, huge, like a specimen. But he was also a leader, you know? People looked up to him. And that's something I remember about him a lot. He was always there when you were feeling down. He'd always be there to pick you right back up. But also, it's just funny. I remember one time. I remember this play, and it's on the sideline, and I think there's video footage of this. But like, remember that time where you were running up the sideline? We were playing in a game, and you were about to step out of bounds, and then you were like, and then you cut it right in and just blew that guy up, man. It was the hardest hit I've ever seen, man. Laid the DB down. With that, because he liked to invite contact, he's told he had to carry the football around in school because he may or may not have had a little bit of a fumble problem. He did, man. He did. No, it wasn't often. It wasn't often. But muscle memory. I mean, but it was funny, man. So we went undefeated. We were 10-0 like our senior year, and man, we ran up against this team we didn't know anything about. I mean, back in the day, man, we weren't playing teams like with the scrimmage teams like Verona and whatnot. And we didn't really know, but those dudes don't play, man. Y'all know that. Like, it's a different. They've had a history. Verona, Thomas Dale, Elsie Bird, these dudes in Chesterfield. It's a long standing tradition of football. It's like it's what they knew. And so you have teams like us. When we were growing up, we weren't really familiar with that. You know, we didn't really feel like we were kind of like that first wave of what you're in right now. I'm not saying we created it. It's just how it happened. But I remember that game, man. ran up against Dale, and one of the messages I wanted to get across to you guys, like my whole point of coming up here was talking about preparation, right? So, but I don't necessarily think it was like a preparation thing for us. I knew it was a chill week. It's kind of like this week, you know, it was just kind of chill, like you got a vibe. So like, yeah, take some time for yourself and go over things. But I was talking to Terrell about it, and I couldn't really put my hand on it. I don't think talent-wise they were better. It's like hit or be hit, right? So like, first one that hits, you know, it's typically that's the one that's going down. So I think they may have struck first, and then it was just like a dogfight after that. We weren't really ready for that, you know, and so they put it to us. But I mean, I think the final score ended up being like 13-6, 13-7. But we had never faced a team like that. And my point is like you're gonna come across a team like that. It's coming, man. It's coming quicker than you think. All you guys out there today, I was very impressed tonight. Super focused. You're going through your schemes. You're polishing up on some things you may have some weaknesses on. That's what we really need to be focused on right now. Like, it's not about getting bigger. You did all that in the offseason. Like, that ain't the time right now. This is like, right now, y'all need to be listening to your coaches. You need to be staying off the phones. You know, I know that's a thing these days, but like, yeah, man, it wasn't like that. But instead of like spending some time on like, I don't know, they got TikTok or and obviously Instagram, stuff like that, man, go research some. If y'all are running a particular scheme or something, you have all the resources at your fingertips. Like, go watch some YouTube videos. Go watch your favorite player, man. Go like, what does he do to separate himself? You know, things like that. And use your time wisely because, like I said, you've got a chill week, and then you're going a deep run. Don't know much about them, but focus on a week at a time, a day at a time, and just really, really, really focus your energy and your mental on the preparation, because that is going to make a difference. I had a couple quotes from Bear Bryant. It's not the will to win that matters. Everyone has that. It's the will to prepare to win that matters. This guy's like, I mean, he's like a legendary coach. I don't know if you know about, but he coached at Alabama. He's one of the most winningest coaches in college football. Russell Wilson, separation is in the preparation. There were other players who were more talented, but there was no one who could out-prepare me. And because of that, I have no regrets. Hey, man. I'll tell you a story about me. And I appreciate him saying what he did, because my story, grew up playing at Louisville, played all the time. I knew I wanted to play quarterback. Played 1 year at Glen Allen when they opened up, the first year in '97. Went there, played quarterback, all-star team, whatever. Went to Brooklyn, started, played with all the guys. That was our foundation. And it was weird, because like, so now you're bringing everyone together, this melting pot, right? I went through like the first 2 days, right? And I knew something was up. I never really like had injury problems or whatever. Ankles started giving out. It's like, this is weird. So I was laid up for a week, right? And you know, like the first, and this is like new coaching staff and whatnot, and your first, like, what it's all about first impressions, right? When you meet someone, right? You meet a friend or a potential friend, or you know, you think a girl's cute or something like that at school, like, how do you come across, you know? So those are your first week or two in football. That's when you make your impressions on your coaches. So I was laid up for a week, battled back, rode the pond, was there where I could try to stay mentally into the game and whatnot. I was a little upset about that. And so I didn't really think much of it. And then so sophomore year comes around, freaking same thing. I was like, I had the same problem. It's like, right when we started getting in, and same issue. So my sophomore year was a wash, right? I told myself, I was like, that's never happened to me, man. I was like, twice now. So I tell you, man, before junior year, like, people were doing like sprints and whatnot on the field over here, wearing the tennis shoes and stuff like that. I was running in cleats. I was like, put strap cleats on me because I'm not getting set back again. Never happened again. Where did that come from? Preparation. You learn from your mistakes. Went through junior year, and I backed up the dabbing. Learned a lot of great things, man. And that's when things started to get really serious. What sucked is like in my brain mentally, I was like, man, I can't wait. I'm gonna be the guy, right? I'm gonna be the guy. Like coach before Kane came in, Jarvis, he played for him. Awesome guy. Came in and was like, Teets, you're the guy. Like, and I was like, he did. He told me. So he's like, I can't wait. Junior year, learn, and then I'm hanging my hat on you. So I took that with me, and that was my confidence booster, So then junior year comes around, get a new coach, great coach, Coach Kane. A lot of respect for him and coaching staff he built around him here. So now I'm sitting right here, senior year, man, and I'll speak to a lot of you guys. And my point to you guys is like, I'm sure a lot of you guys are just itching for that opportunity, right? Get on the field, you may be on the field at this moment, but you may be, in line next to be called up. And I went to every single, I was a madman. Terrell's one of my good friends, man. We were working out in the weight room all winter, and then it comes around, I was going to all the camps and whatnot, and I was like, this is it, man. This is my year. First day of practice, Kane comes up to me, calls me outside, and he says, just letting you know, like, you're not going to be first string, you're not going to be second string, like, you're going to be third string. And I was like, I was so blunt. I went home. I don't tell many people this story, because, like, my cousin played at Tucker, and he was an all-star at Tucker, and he was like, sent me this book. He was living in Atlanta at the time. I got this book in the mail that day. Friday Night Lights. And in it, he wrote a message to me. He's like, finally get your year and all this. And I just broke down, man, like a baby. I just cried. I let it all out right there. Came back to practice the next day. Head was down, whatever. And I kind of shut down, man. I was like, even talking to my parents about transferring. I was like, dude, in this district, there's not one quarterback that's better than me. I know I can go and play. And then I was like, nah, man, this is my family, this is my community. So, came back for a scrimmage, didn't even get a chance to play. Came back, played Holland Springs. I remember I got in like for a half and went like 6 for 6, threw a touchdown. Next day of practice, or the next Monday, the coach is like, all right, you're up to the second string. And I told at the time, it was funny. And the quarterback we have was great, man. He was super athletic, kind of reminds me of the quarterback y'all have now. Just like very shifty, had a good arm, very mobile, played out of shotgun a lot. I was more of a pocket passer, but I told him, I was like, I'm coming for you, man. I was like, watch out. And but in my mind, man, I was prepared. I stayed in tune. I stuck by the coach's hip during the game, during everything, because I knew my chance was coming. Your time is coming, whether you believe it or not. We're rolling with like just under 50 dudes here on this team. Like, and it's only gonna get more physical. And people are gonna need a breather. And whether you play offense or defense or like that's what you like to play, you may have to play a position that you may or may not want to, but you need to know the position. You need to know the scheme. You gotta stay in tune. Football's a game of inches. So like, all I'm saying, and I stuck by, and my redemption was it was like our last game of the season. I think our quarterback at the time was hurt, and I was like, man, this is great. We played free, and we lit him up. Man. I think I ended up throwing like 3 touchdowns. That was like my run, man. I was like, just as many touchdowns I threw out 3 interceptions. It was funny. Terrell, the defense was so mad because I don't think we didn't give up a touchdown that season, did we?
We talking about the Freeman game?
Well, I'm just saying that season.
Oh yeah. No.
Defense
Until game 10.
And you can chalk that one up to me. I threw one right to this dude. I tracked him down, man. That pursuit drills, man. I'm telling you, it's real. If you don't do pursuit drills, I'm telling you, it's real because it just kicked in. I was like, all right, I gotta chase this guy down, chase him down. I think they ended up scoring touchdowns. My point to all that was like, I want to share a little bit of like my story to y'all because you just really never know when you're going to be called upon, and you don't want to. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your coaches. You owe it to your brothers that you're sitting here with. The community, like everyone that comes out and supports you guys, like everyone wants to get on that field and deliver, man. And so just stay in tune because I'm telling you, the time's going to come when you're going to come up with a team like we came up against Thomasdale that they were, I don't know what it was. So like life after football, many of you aren't going to go play college football. You know, it's a fact. It is what it is. I hope you do. And if that's what you're passionate about, you should totally do it. But you're always going to have like these memories. You may even remember this conversation. You know, I don't know, but you're always, and no one can take that from you. Like, just really cherish this time right now because you're never going to have an opportunity like this in your life. Like, things in life are going to get better, believe it or not. Like, right now you're at a point right now where it's kind of like, it's not careless, but things aren't as serious, man. You're not paying the bills, like, you're living under someone else's roof, your parents, you get taken care of, and stuff like that. But these memories, man, no one can ever take them from you. So make the most out of it. Be a leader. You don't even think about it, man. People look up to you guys. I mean, you're at it like back in the day, man. I mean, it's a good feeling, right? To wear your jersey, right? When you go wear them on Fridays, right? People are looking at you. You have a lot of attention on you. It's a good feeling, right? Hey, man, that guy's on the football team. You know, that's cool. Like, you know, take what you have and like give it back. Like, be very respectful. Give the football team a good name. Like, manners go a long way. Just little things, man. The main thing is take these memories and really cherish them because football is not forever. And what has football taught me, man? It gave you discipline. It gave, you know, to get through your academics. It gives you that competitive edge. And I'm not speaking of the particular position. I'm speaking of football in general. Like, there's so many things that come with this sport. And I think, it's not I think, I know that it breeds a competitive edge in you that you're going to be able to take with you for the entire rest of your life. And I feel that's what it's done for me, man. Like, I don't like to lose, so when I go in to a meeting or I go in, you know, I go to a social affair, like with friends or I'm meeting a new person, I give that respect back. You know, I go to a meeting, I prepare, I write down notes, like I'm fully prepared to take on any questions that are given right back to me. I'm ready to respond right back. There's going to be a point in time in the next, hopefully, 4 or 5 games, but whether it's your next game or first round of the playoffs, there's going to get a time where things are going to start to come off the tracks. And you've already seen that, you felt it. You have to ask yourself, like, how did I handle that? You know, like, keep a cool head about you. Take a deep breath and be like, it's all going to be good. Like, we're going to get through this, and you're going to get through it together. And that's one of the most important things, is like just being together and being a team. And you're going to come across the teams, they're gonna stack, they're gonna pull up their JV. They may have 80 guys out there dressed out. I know we're not the largest, but I would rather take y'all versus a bunch of riffraff, people that aren't on the same page. And I can already tell, man, like everyone here is looking at me, giving some respect, like a presence from you guys, that you guys have what it takes. I can feel it. Like, you guys are on the same page. You all have each other's backs. I think y'all are destined for it, man. I really do. And but you got to take it 1 week at a time, 1 step at a time. Keep this as an open floor. If there's anything that y'all would like to ask me, I'm here to talk to you. What's up?
Were you upset last time you were
Uh-huh.
I know you said you tried with you at home. Why you didn't try?
I mean, back in the day, it was different. That wasn't really a thing. It was like, you grew up with the people, like, you played with the people you grew up with. That's why I was so special. It's like, what am I going to do? Get my parents to, like, go into a different program just to, like, it felt right at the time to just stay where I was at and stay with my brother. I felt like I was there for a reason. I'm on this team for a reason. And I feel like I kind of brought like a little chill to the situation. Like everything is so serious, right? But like, keep it light, you know? That was just my mentality, you know? So it's a good question, man. And I thought about it, and I said, no, I gotta stay home, man. Like, home is what I know, and Hermitage, that's my family, man. So, like, that would be like turning my back on my brothers. That's just not how we roll. And I'm sure none of y'all would do that as well. So, a true test of character is how you react to hardship. When things aren't going your way, do you shut down, or do you look at the positive side of it and weigh out your options and spin it and make yourself better and make the situation better? Keep a cool head. So, yeah, that's how I handle that one. Anyone else? Does someone else have their hand up?
You go to college?
I didn't. Well, no, I did. I went to Radford University. Business. Yup. I did this. I went to 4 degree schools. Like, I went on visits. I think I went to Hampton, Sydney. I went to Avery. I didn't go. I went to Randolph-Macon. I went to another, but I remember this conversation. I actually told my dad this the other day. It's pretty funny. It was like, we were driving back from a visit for football, and he was driving me. He went there with me in a supporting role, and I just came back and was like, you know, Dad, I'm done with football. I'm done. I was like, I don't have it in me. And I was like, it wasn't because I couldn't do it. You put in all these years, it kind of burned you out. But I think it was me talking to myself and realizing what I really wanted from my life. So, went to a good school. It's actually fun. Played flag football. We ended up dominating Radford in the Open League, and like the school even paid for us my sophomore year to go down to the Mid-Atlantic, the Southeastern Flag Football Championship. So that was cool. I was able to like keep that going, that competitive edge. Down, like I said, these memories will stay with you forever. So, you know, just because you're not playing college football doesn't mean you can't still play football or do things like that. You know? So yeah, I was very happy with my decision, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Well, guys, I really, really appreciate the time. But I don't joke on me for this, or don't hate me for this. But I coached at Glen Allen. I coached for the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach there. Like 5 or 6 years ago, and I know what it takes, man. It's a commitment, man. It's a very big. Just as much as y'all are committed, they're committed too. So Round of applause for Coach Radford. I really enjoyed the experience, and I appreciate you listening to me blabber on for 30 minutes. I hope to see you guys make a run. I'm so confident in you guys, and I can't wait to see what's going on. Winston, is the deep run game here, or is that deep run? Cool. Well, I'll be back, gang, and I'll wish you guys the best. Appreciate it.
First and foremost, the sideline moment he talked about, that was Coach Gibson's drill. He used to make this little sideline drill. We always ran to the sideline, plant our foot in the sideline, and we used to run through the defender because he used to always wanted to finish the run.
He knocked his helmet off.
Yeah, I remember that. Coach Gibson hyped me up after that too. So anyway, I'm just discussing a couple key points though. For notice, all the speakers that came back and gave credit to the development that they have as mature males. They gave it to football. And you're going to be challenged as a man. All right? Now, as a woman, there's a challenge you will get as a man that a woman will never get. And she's not supposed to get it. All right? All right? So understand that. And last thing, because I got a couple other points. The importance of understanding life after football, especially high school football. All right? It gets more strictly business. It's already becoming strictly business now, but it gets strictly business in college. Y'all guys got to understand that, especially with the NIL. All right? Name, image, and likeness. I'm sure we would have went crazy if we would have had like social media like they have now.
Yeah, they get paid now, don't they?
Yeah, you can actually get paid in college now. For example, the quarterback from Alabama made $1 million before he even touched the field as a quarterback. All right. There's also another guy, idiot, FAU. He took a contract with an alcohol company, and he basically wrote his own brand. Because you don't realize you just put yourself in a box for probably $10,000 because you're so poor-minded. You don't realize you really just gave your image away for baby money. All right. That's just a mindset. You gotta understand how much of an avenue your name, image, and likeness is now, because y'all all are products which will be used to market yourself and the company you work for, which we call colleges. All right? So y'all gotta understand the business of this game is way different. So you gotta be ahead of your curve thinking-wise when it comes to big eye, man. Keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. These experiences will not get back, man. I promise you. Y'all gonna be coming back talking to guys in 5, 10 years, hopefully, and y'all gonna be thinking, saying the same thing, or not the same thing, but you'll be giving your perspective, trying to help guys enhance their experience. That's all he's trying to do. He's trying to get you to take full advantage and enhance your experience. All right? And enhance your experience. But he used the word preparation. All right? And what's the 6 P's? That was piss poor. Proper preparation prevents piss
Prior
poor.
planning prevents piss poor performance.
All right. Prior planning prevents piss poor performance. All right? So, faith prepares for current fail, guys, and that stuff is important times. All right? Last thing, this has nothing to do with any of that. If you got a jersey and you tell me who the teacher is you're giving it to, please let me know that before you leave here. If you want to get a jersey and I give you one, please let me know before you leave here so I get you one. And number 3, volleyball's last game is tonight. All right. So if y'all guys want to go up there and check the game out, let me know. I'm gonna go up there for a little bit just to make some noise and then leave. But tonight is the last night, and because we're out of the community, and last time we went up there, we got to turn it down. It's just be good to show your face. All right. All right. But anyway, Big Herm on 3.